Hey guys, so we're standing here outside of the Bourbon Orlens Hotel, and we were told by some employees that the bellboy has some stories to share. So we'll see what he has to say.
How are we doing?
Good, how are you?
Yes.
So, you said you had some stories you could share with us?
Well, the stories that I've heard here are there was an elderly gentleman about 80 or 90 years old, African American man with a top hat, coattails, and a cane at the door. And when the guest came up to the door, when they just got turned the corner, he was gone. And then another couple, a different day, said that they saw that same person in our elevator.
Oh,
And the other stories, one of the guests said they saw the nun on the 6th floor. We had a lot of guests saying they hear a lot of children running out the halls or in their room, especially in the room they hear them playing like marbles.
oh, I haven't heard that one.
And then I've heard guests say in the bathroom they had the water bottles you drink, the plastic ones. Well, when they're empty, it goes crickety crack crack.
Oh, yep.
Well, they heard it, they got up, they went to the bathroom, wasn't anything there, they went back to bed, they came back, or 15 minutes later they heard the same thing, crackety crack crack,
Yep.
got up. Nobody was there. I've heard other guests tell me that knocking on the door 2 or 3 in the evening, in the morning, they go check, no one's there, go back, lie in bed, 20 minutes later, nobody's there. So that's kind of strange stuff.
Yeah. So I'm wondering, the man with the top hat, wasn't this a convent and an orphanage?
It was an orphanage.
So who would the man be?
That we don't know because this goes back to 1817 and 1871. I believe half of it burned down. I believe this is so 100%.
Yeah.
And then so there's a lot of history. There's also the history of people say there's a general, a Confederate general, and his bride-to-be dancing in the ballroom. People have seen pictures, taking pictures and caught that, or people taking pictures of above right above the ballroom on that balcony.
Yeah.
They see that lady who's waiting for that general. Sometimes they catch it on the film. What you heard? Yeah, I think that's it. And like I said, a lot of it too sometimes might be a lot of Jack Daniels.
Yeah.
It's actually real. But when I hear 2 different stories of the same person that we've never seen, but you got to figure there's so many, the history going back so far, and they left staying here in the convent because there's so many with the children. That this was getting too commercialized. This wasn't really good for the kids. And then I think it's 1964 they sold it. And it became the hotel.
Wow. And I also heard that during the orphanage time or period here, yellow fever struck.
Yes.
And hundreds of children died.
I think New Orleans got hit really big hard in that.
It's so sad. If we told you what happened to us, the first night we stayed on the 3rd floor, room 358.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's a sensor on the fan, and it kept turning on and off the entire night. And that morning it wouldn't turn on by itself at all.
Yeah.
So I felt like it was a child spirit kind of messing with us.
Could be, because I found one more story. This happened. The guests left 3 days ago.
Okay.
And they went in the room, and they really into this, and they had the little cat balls, the balls cats tap, and then the lights up.
Oh.
And what they did,
Yeah.
they put it in the room, and they said, hey, if anybody's here, make the little ball light up, and it lit up.
Oh my God.
Numerous times. And they had a deck of cards there too, and one of the cards got knocked off.
See, I brought a ball to see if a child spirit would move it, but they didn't.
But see, this one was the light, and the ball didn't move as if you just tap it. Any little motion, it goes on.
That's pretty cool.
So-
I think that's a good idea for our next ghost adventure.
That's awesome.
Well, I'll tell you, one place for sure is haunted. It's called Myrtle Plantation.
Myrtle
I
Plantation.
don't have the pictures, but I've seen pictures of it. A bunch of friends of mine and some girls, and there was 3 or 4 girls and their daughters went to Myrtle Plantation, and on the bed, the daughter was on the bed, they took a picture. And then you see her daughter, and you see another girl, it was not their daughter.
Ooh.
And they said the water kept being turned on and off, and then at another hotel, 3 or 4 years apart. Well, I think two couples went to Myrtle Plantation, and they had this is 8 years ago, little Kodak Instamatic cameras, and they said, hey, can you take a picture of us together? And different parts of the house, different cameras, and one was between them. You see the black figure of that one, and it was a slave that was there. That was supposedly her ear was cut off, and
Oh,
was,
yeah.
but she overheard it was, you know, the owner of the place. They said no, she said something she shouldn't. But anyways, and the other picture had it where the same. There was different couple, different camera, and the outline was right behind this side. So I know for sure that was haunted.
Okay, Myrtle Plantation.
So
We're
you-
definitely going to come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you do, like this is what the city is so old that you will see a lot of places in Ohio.
Of course.
So
I heard that there's around 400,000 New Orleanians here.
I think the population like 350. Yeah.
Yeah. And for every one living one, there's 10 dead ones.
It's possible. I mean, I don't know what the
That's-
stats are, but I'm sure.
That's what our ghost tour guide
But if
said.
you go back with the history, I'm sure any big city would have that too.
Yeah.
Just based on history and
That's
life
true.
and death. So.
Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Charles.